March hits, listings are flooding the market, and you are left scrambling to post content. Meanwhile, the realtor who built their platform way back in January is getting called first. It's probably easy to imagine the scenario because you've likely been there in the past, maybe even just last year. So here's what you need to do differently. The top real estate agents in every single market aren't just marketing their listings when they have new ones, they're marketing themselves and building a recognizable brand centered around education and their unique personality too. And I am going to show you exactly how to do that today. So here is the timing truth. Spring season starts back in winter. The reality is that March through May is peak listing and buying season. There's a second spike usually in the fall, but most average to good realtors are getting pretty busy in the spring. So when do buyers and sellers start researching what realtor to work with? Back in December or January. Most spring buyers will reach out to a real estate agent in November or December, but won't even start their search in earnest until after the holidays are past. In January, Google searches for best realtor in Charlotte or Charleston spike. And then by the time spring hits, they've already decided who to call. The mistake that I see all the time is most realtors wait until they have a listing to post content. The reality is that sellers are watching you for months before calling. They're not going to watch one amazing video and decide there and then to call you. And if you only share one video a month when you have a listing, what are the odds that every single person in your audience is gonna see it? Here's the gap that I hear about all the time in real estate. Statistically, there's 90 days between when somebody starts watching your content and when they call, which means if you're waiting until your spring listings go live to start marketing yourself, you're missing out on so much more spring business. So here's what all of this means. It boils down to this. December and January content turns into March and April listing appointments. You're not building a platform for today, you're building it for the spring. The real estate agents dominating in the spring market, they started back in the winter or even earlier. And I think this is where a lot of realtors get discouraged or burnt out. I see it all the time when they don't see quick results or even results that are directly connected to social media. Winter even gives you more opportunities for exposure since other real estate agents are relaxing or taking time off or going to the Bahamas. Here's an example of what this looks like in real life. We as a media company shoot a realtor's educational content in January. That content positions them as their neighborhood expert. Fast forward to March, a seller in that neighborhood is ready to list. Who do they call? The real estate agent they've been watching for 2 straight months and seeing their face 3 or 4 times a week, or the agent who just listed a home in the neighborhood and sent out a postcard mailer. Now here's the second reality. Educational content builds authority, not just listing posts. What I see all the time is there's 2 sides to it. There's realtors posting only their listings saying, hey, look at this pretty house, look how beautiful it is. You should come take a look. And the other side is realtors posting consistent education. Here's why now is a great time to sell. Guess which one of those gets more listing calls? The content that I see converting, market updates and predictions. These are great conversation starters because your viewers are already talking about it with their friends and family. Educational content like what's my home worth? It prompts your viewers to reach out to you for advice and to see what their home is worth. And thirdly, neighborhood spotlights and deep dives. These are especially great for marketing to out-of-town buyers since you can target people interested in a particular city or neighborhood, and especially if you run ads. And if you want to know more about how to run ads for your real estate business, send us a DM. We would love to help. Fourthly is buyer and seller process breakdown. So many homeowners do not understand the ins and outs of real estate transactions, especially first-time home buyers. I remember myself as a first-time home buyer, my wife was trying to explain all of this to me and it was all Greek. And lastly, first-time home buyer guides are super helpful. These are great as lead magnets, a way to get people into your ecosystem and funnel and start having conversations with them. So here's why this matters right now. In December and January, sellers are researching, should I list in the spring? And your content answers, here's what the spring market looks like. Here's how to prepare. They're learning from you for 60 to 90 days before they ultimately make the decision whether to sell or not. And by March, you are their trusted expert. You don't have to be an industry leader speaking on panels and traveling to conferences. To that person, that one person viewing you on Instagram or Facebook who's been searching for education on the right time to sell, you are their expert. Now here's the difficult part. You have to build the platform. If you're not partnering with a media company to film consistent content with you, then you need to build your content before you're busy. The reason this is so important is that when the spring market hits, you should already have 20 to 30 educational videos establishing your authority. So when it comes down to decision time, sellers aren't Googling and calling a bunch of different real estate agents. They've already chosen you. Now let's talk about the algorithm and momentum. Momentum on social media can take 90 days, so you need to start now and win later. If you post consistently for 90 days or more, the algorithm just starts favoring you. If you post sporadically here and there, the algorithm treats you like spam because they don't know who your ideal audience is and who's connecting with it. The compounding effect is that each video builds on the last. The winter advantage is that most realtors go dark in December and January. Fewer listings means fewer listing videos, which most realtors use solely as their marketing. And if you post consistently throughout the winter period, you're dealing with less competition and more reach. The algorithm rewards you with better distribution in these situations. Now let's talk about the advantage of being consistent with your content in the winter. It's such an advantage because most realtors go dark from December to January. Fewer listings on the market means fewer listing videos, which most realtors use solely as their market. And if you post consistently, you're dealing with less competition and more reach, and the algorithm will reward you with better distribution. What I see happen with our clients is if they start posting in December consistently, by March, their reach is 40 to 50% higher, which is huge. January is still not too late to start, but if you start posting in March, you're still building momentum through May even, and you've missed the peak of the spring market. 90 days from January 1st is April 1st. That's peak season. I want to give you a real life example from one of our clients. They started posting consistent educational content in December of 2024. In April of 2025, they'd been posting 3 times a week educational content, and on April 10th, they posted the worst flooring choices that will lower your value when you sell a house. That post to this day has 40,000 views built on 4 consistent months of momentum. And from that video alone, they received several DMs and emails, many already asking, what else do I need to do to get my home ready to sell? And without that December to March foundation, maybe they get 500 views, probably 0 DMs. Momentum takes time. That's what I'm really trying to just hammer home here. Don't give up when you don't see immediate results, or even results in 1 to 2 months. You're playing the long game, and your consistent investments will yield dividends if you stick with it. Now here's the fourth reality. A quality content library equals spring confidence. The problem that I see every March is that real estate agents are scrambling. I need content for this listing and for myself right now. And they're also scrambling, what else do I post while marketing this listing? The stress that they're experiencing is creating content while also trying to close deals. The stress boils down to trying to create content while still trying to close deals, and the result is inconsistent posting or no posting except for listings. So the solution begins right now in the winter. You batch shoot 5 to 8 educational videos a month right now, and you build your content library while you have time. And then when spring hits, you're posting your content library still, plus new listings. We call this strategy batch and bank. And if you're filming evergreen educational content, there's no reason to only post each video once. Reuse these pieces every 6 months to a year, and you'll have a social media machine rolling in no time. So what does this actually look like when we do it with our clients? In December through February, we're shooting 5 educational videos and 1 neighborhood spotlight per month. We get to know you and your brand and personality and help you develop content that resonates with your ideal clients. We come up with video ideas and pitch them to you during a monthly strategy session. We get together with you for 4 hours, spending 2 hours filming educational content and personal B-roll, and the other 2 hours filming a neighborhood spotlight. Then we deliver that content to you 2 weeks later so that you can start sprinkling it in your social media feeds and building your brand right away. We even manage your social media, writing captions, building thumbnails, and scheduling posts for you with your approval so that you can focus on doing all the other things that you have on your plate. If you want to see how we can help your brand grow, send us a DM and we'll walk you through the entire process. And when March listings call you, you have your content strategy ready. If you partner with a great media company, you should be receiving 3 or 4 scroll stopping videos from each listing so that your audience just can't miss it. And even more than that, you can show these great listing videos as more reason that your listing lead should hire you to market their home. And now you're posting consistent, high quality educational and premium listing marketing. This is a win-win for you and your clients. More eyes on your content means more potential buyers viewing your properties that are for sale. That's a win for your clients. And also more sellers to impress with your top quality listing videos. That's a huge win for you as well. All right, let's talk about the spring season reality check. What happens if you wait until the spring market hits? I've got a little calendar drawn up here. The first week, spring market hits March 1st, things are heating up and you realize, I need content. So you start shooting content. In the second week, you're scrambling to put something together. The third week, mid-March, your content is ready and you start posting. And I'm gonna draw you something else real quick here, just so you can chart this out 90 days. Now let's take a look at how this actually plays out over the next 3 months. At the end of March, heading into April, you're building momentum with your posts. It starts to go up, up, up. At the end of June, you have maximum momentum, but here's what's happening with the market at the same time. At the end of March, it's the middle of spring market. It's huge, but it's just gradually going down. It's not going away. But think about if you had started this trajectory 3 months earlier, it would peak at the same time as the market and you'd be so much better off. So let's back it up. Let's take a look at what this actually looks like if you start in December or January. So what happens if you start right now in December or January? You're building through February your educational content library, even if you don't have listings to show off. January through March, you're positioning yourself as a consistent real estate expert. And when March 1st hits, the spring market hits, you're already visible to your entire audience. March through May, you're just reaping the rewards of 3 months of authority building. And the result is that you're landing listing appointments from sellers who have been watching you this whole time. Now here's the honest truth. December and January feels slow in your real estate business because it is. That's exactly why you should be taking this time to build. Use slow season to prepare for busy season. The realtors winning in the spring market, they prepared back in the winter. I know we've said it so many times, but it's the truth. Here are just a couple questions to ask yourself. Do you want to be ready for spring or reactive when the spring market hits? Do you want sellers finding you, or do you want to go out and find sellers? Do you want to spend March creating content or March closing deals? Spring season starts in 60 to 90 days. If you want to be the real estate agent the sellers are calling in March, you need to start marketing and building your platform right now. The question you need to ask yourself is, what type of realtor am I? Are you reactive or proactive? Do you only market yourself when you have listings, or are you active year-round building a brand that viewers know, like, and trust? Momentum, like we just looked at, takes time to build, so you have to start early. If you need help figuring out what to share and how to post it for maximum engagement, reach out to us. Links are below and in our profile, or stick around for the next video for more free tips on how to grow your real estate brand.